This topic is called identifying solutions to a linear equation in one variable and a two-step equations. So we're trying to decide what the solution is to our equation that is given. So we can do it a couple of ways. We can solve for u. We can take our equation and solve for u, or we can plug in the u that they give us in their table. So let's start by, we're going to try plugging in and see how that works. P.S. Please subscribe to my channel and like any videos that are helpful to you. So the first u they give us is a -6. So we're going to go and put in -64. Does that equal -4 times parentheses, -6 plus 9? So we can do -6 plus 9 to get a +3 times a -4. -4 times +3 is -12. That does not equal -64, so -6 is not a solution. So we would put a no for -6. Then we can plug in -8. So we start over. We have -64. Does that equal -4 times -8 plus 9? Here, let me get rid of this so we can get that out of the way. So then we do -8 plus 9. We do what's in parentheses first. That gives us 1. 1 times -4 is -4, and that does not equal -64. So -8 is not a solution. Now we can do this by solving for u. Here's what it would look like. So we did plug in. We could plug in the others and see what we get. But if we do this -4u plus 9, we want to do our distribution property first. -4 times u is -4u, and -4 times 9 is -36. That equals -64. Now we're solving for u, so we're going to add 36 to -64. And we're left with -4u on the right. When we are adding two numbers that are opposite signs, we subtract them. So 64 minus 16 is 28. 28. It's going to be negative because the 64 that we were subtracting, that -64, that's further away from 0. It has a greater absolute value than the +36. So the answer has to be negative. And then when we divide by -4, we see that u equals 7. So if u equals 7, then we know we can just go straight in and say no to everything except the 7. So it might be faster to solve, but you can always plug in too. So that's an option that you can do. Let's do another problem. So when we have u divided by 6 minus 3 equals 7. I don't like having, well, you can keep the 6 there. Never mind, I was going to say let's get rid of that, but let's not do that. Okay, so here's my u divided by 6 term, my u term. So we're going to add 3 to both sides. And 7 plus 3 is 10, and we have u divided by 6. Because it's divided by, we want to do the opposite of that, which is times. So we're going to times both sides by 6. And u is going to equal 60. So we come in and we find 60. There it is second. So we put yes, and everything else will be no. And let's do one more. So we have, oh, I like this one because guess what? We are going to subtract 2. Okay. Here's the problem. We want to make sure we're very careful about this. This could be -27. This is a -3b. Don't want to miss out on that negative sign or that's going to mess you up. Actually, when we divide by -3, we get +9. If you kept that a +3, you would get a -9, and they don't have that as an option, which is surprising. So since it's not an option, but 9 is, you would know that you made a mistake somewhere. So v is equal to 9, and none of the others will work. There we go. That's the end of the lesson.